Magic Knights in Black Clover aren't created equal. Some are devil-slaying gods who solo armies and rewrite reality. Others are glorified security guards who get one shot in every arc. The gap between a junior knight and the Wizard King isn't just large, it's a different universe. Today we're ranking the 7 levels of Magic Knights, from cope tier weaklings who hide behind real fighters to the god tier legends who control time itself. And level 7, there's a knight who can literally delete you from the timeline. Death optional. This is the definitive hierarchy of Black Clover. Level 1, the cope tier. These aren't Magic Knights, they're moving targets with badges. If you're at this level, you're not protecting the kingdom, you're getting protected by people who actually matter. These are the knights who barely passed the entrance exam and got stuck in the worst squads. Purple Orcas, Green Mantis, or warming the bench for Silver Eagles. Seki Bronzaza is the undisputed king of cope. His bronze magic creates a hollow sphere. That's it. He hides inside it like a turtle with anxiety. He made the tournament finals in episode 4 on pure dumb luck. Drew a bye while everyone else fought, then spent 166 episodes running from every real battle. His bronze sphere is the magical equivalent of hiding under your bed from monsters. Spoiler, it doesn't work. But here's the thing, 99% of Magic Knights start here. Most never make it past level 2. Rapid fire roll call. Gueldre Pwaza, former Purple Orca captain who used permeation magic to phase through walls and steal from the kingdom. Got caught, got arrested. Random Purple Orcas. They exist to get corrupted by villains and become disposable enemies. Literal NPC antagonists. Silver Eagle Nobles, born with privilege and massive mana reserves. Zero combat experience. Noelle's siblings Nebra and Solid lost to peasants repeatedly. Embarrassing. The stakes. If you're level 1, you don't get a character arc, you get a funeral. Level 2, the functional tier. These are the workhorses. Not flashy, not special, but they survive. This is where most Magic Knights land after grinding missions for years. They handle bandit raids, they protect villages from mana beasts, they do the dirty work nobody talks about. Magnus Swing lived here for years. Fire magic that works in a street brawl, but nothing game-changing. He wasn't born with massive mana, he wasn't a noble, he was a peasant with a dream and a baseball bat wrapped in flames. In episode 4, he fought Asta with pure aggression and got countered completely. But he didn't quit, he kept grinding. Here's what separates level 2 from level 1. They show up. They take missions. They fight even when they're outmatched. They don't run. And here's something wild. Magnus Swing, the guy we called level 2, defeated Dante Zogratis, a level 6 Supreme Devil host in a 1v1 how? Soul Chain deathmatch. It equalizes mana, turning the fight into pure willpower. Does Soul Chain prove levels don't matter, or is it just a gimmick that worked once? Either way, levels aren't destiny. They're starting points. Rapid fire roll call. Luck Voltea, early series. Lightning magic, pure speed, fights people for fun. Alright, I need to pause here because luck is personal for me. As a kid, I've always made characters with electricity powers. Lightning, thunder, electric attacks, that was my go-to. So when Luck showed up in episode 10 with lightning magic, and that psychopath smile, I was locked in. He's a happy psychopath who attacks Asta and Magna simultaneously just because he's bored. He smiles when he's fighting you. He laughs when you hit him back. But his backstory? Heartbreaking. His mom told him keep smiling as she was dying, so now he smiles even when he's in pain. He's a troubled soul who found family in the Black Bulls. And that's why we love him. Luck Voltea is chaos personified, and I'm here for every second of it. Gordon Agrippa, poison magic. Saved the Black Bulls with poison barriers during the Elf invasion. Finral Rulacase, spatial magic. Evacuated more civilians than anyone during the Royal Capital assault. Klaus Lunetz, steel magic. Nearly died fighting Mars, but refused to abandon his squad. The difference between levels 2 and 3? Experience. Level 3, the elite tier. Here's where things get dangerous. These aren't just Magic Knights, they're devil hunters, who've survived wars that killed captains. Langris Vaude, vice captain of Golden Dawn. Spatial magic that erases matter from existence. In the Royal Knights tournament, he nearly killed his own brother by deleting half the arena with one spell. Mimosa Vermilion, Golden Dawn, Royal Family. Plant magic that regenerates destroyed organs and cures curses. She brought Asta back from near death after Vito destroyed his arms. Charmy Papatsun, Black Bulls, cotton magic plus food magic. She's half-dwarfed with 2 magic types. Her wolf construct eats enemy mana and converts it into healing food. But the deadliest elite knight? Noct Faust, vice captain of the Bulls. Shadow magic combined with 4 devil contracts. Gimadello, Slodos, Plumede, and Wagner. He can fuse with any devil to gain different forms. Speed form for blitzing, stealth form for assassination, tank form for durability. In episode 158, he infiltrated the Spade Kingdom's Devil Fortress alone, mapped the entire base, gathered intel on the Dark Triad, and escaped without being detected. He's the ultimate spy, and the reason the invasion succeeded. But here's the dirty secret about level 3. Experience beats talent. Langris is more naturally gifted than half the captains, but he'd lose to Yami in a real fight. Why? Because Yami's been in more life or death situations and learned to adapt under pressure. Talent gets you to level 3, survival gets you to level 4. Rapid fire roll call. Zora Ideal, Ash Magic Trap Circles, reflect spells at double power, one-shot a captain level mage in episode 88. Gosh Adley, Mirror Magic, Infinite Clones, created a mirror prison that trapped enemies in infinite reflections. Leopold Vermilion, Fire Magic, the spiral flames drill through defenses, get stronger after every loss. What happens when you've been surviving for decades? You become a legend. Real quick, hit that subscribe button, it helps the channel, because these captains, they don't just lead squads, they dominate battlefields. Level 4, the Captain Tier. There are only 9 Magic Knight squads. Each captain is a walking army. These aren't just powerful mages, these are war heroes who've defended the kingdom for decades and earned their rank through blood. Fuego Leon Vermilion, captain of the Crimson Lion Kings. Fire magic bonded with Salamander, the fire spirit. His flame spirit form creates a 300-foot fire construct, shaped like a lion's claw that moves at his command and incinerates everything it touches. In episode 72, he fought reincarnated elves while missing his right arm. Licht incinerated it in episode 48. He adapted, he grew stronger. He bonded with a spirit to compensate. When he activates Spirit Dive, he becomes a living inferno that reshapes entire battlefields. His flames don't just burn, they erase. Charlotte Roselay, Captain of Blue Rose. Briar magic that curses her own body for years. After breaking the curse, her magic evolved into something terrifying. Her Queen of Briar's form turns her into a fortress of thorns that regenerates faster than you can destroy it. In episode 167, she trapped Vanika of the Dark Triad, a supreme devil host, long enough for Noelle to land the finishing blow. Without Charlotte tanking the damage, Noelle dies in seconds. Jack the Ripper, Captain of Green Mantis, slash magic that evolves mid-fight. His slashes start basic, cutting air and objects, then they adapt to cut-through magic defenses, then through space itself. The longer you fight him, the more unstoppable he becomes. Jack's slashes are ADHD in sword form. Oh, you blocked my slash? Cool, now it cuts through magic. You block that? Well, now it cuts through space. Good luck! In episode 144, he fought Dante of the Dark Triad, and his slashes evolved to cut through Dante's body magic regeneration, something that had tanked every other attack. Jax literally learned how to slice through immortality during the fight. But here's what nobody tells you about captains. They didn't get here by being talented. They got here by refusing to die. Every single captain has a moment where they should have been killed, and they survived through pure willpower and adaptation. Here's a controversial ranking. Nozel Silva is the weakest of the top 5 captains. Fugalon bonded with Salamander after losing his arm. Charlotte trapped Vanika. Jack's slashes evolved to cut through immortality. What did Nozel do? He blocked attacks with his Mercury Eagle and looked cool. Nozel is what happens when you're born at level 4. You never had to climb. The other captains earned their rank through war and loss. Nozel inherited his. Don't get me wrong, he's top 5. But when you're ranking legends, someone has to be number 5. Roast me in the comments if you disagree. Real Boy Motier, painting magic, youngest captain in history at 19. Episode 84, painted a thunderstorm that covered a battlefield. Kaiser Granvorka, purple orca. Vortex magic, the ultimate shield who deflects projectile attacks with gravity manipulation. Dorothy Unsworth, coral peacock. Dream magic, traps you in Glamour World, a dimension she controls completely. William Vangians, Golden Dawn, World Tree magic, can heal entire armies instantly. His Tree of Life absorbed fatal wounds from his squad during the Elf invasion. The problem? Even captains have limits. Against arcane stage mages and devils, tactics and experience only go so far. You need something that breaks the rules. Level 5, the Anomaly Tier. Forget everything you just learned about power scaling. These mages break the game. They don't fight fair. They don't follow the rules, they just delete your entire build and walk away. Normal magic, elemental, logical, predictable. Arcane stage, it affects souls, devils in the other world. It rewrites the meta. Asta, Black Bulls, anti-magic swordsman. He started as a joke, 0 mana in a world where magic is everything. He was rejected by every squad except one, Yami's Black Bulls. The outcasts nobody wanted. Episode 1, he's a short kid with no magic getting bullied by everyone in his village. Episode 170, he's killed 2 Supreme Devils and saved the kingdom multiple times. Now that's a glow up, and it's legendary. And here's the thing. Asta is the best example of earning power through pure work in all of anime. No prophecy, no godly bloodline, just training until his body broke, then pushing harder. Every sword, every form, every power-up, paid for in blood and sweat. I'm not gonna lie, I listen to Asta AMVs at the gym, and they go harder than actual music. Black Catcher playing while Asta screams "I'm not done yet"? It's different when you're on your last rep. If you know, you know. His swords don't just delete magic, they delete the idea that talent beats hard work. He's the underdog who became the trump card. And here's the crazy part, he still has 0 mana. He's just borrowing power from Libe, a devil who hates all magic as much as he does. His 5-leaf grimoire grants 3 swords. Demon Slayer reflects and erases magic. In episode 63, he reflected Lick's ultimate light magic beam and sent it back stronger. Demon Dweller absorbs magic and fires it back as anti-magic slashes. Demon Destroyer erases the effects of magic, removes curses, cancels barriers, nullifies spells. Devil Union, he fuses with Libe, faster than light, immune to all magic, can slash through dimensional barriers. He killed Lilith and Nahama by cutting through their devil hearts, something only arcane magic can do. Arcane Stage is the biggest cheat code in Black Clover. It ignores power scaling. Asta has less mana than Seke, literally 0, but he's killing enemies that would one-shot most captains. Why? Because anti-magic is the perfect counter to everything. You can't block it, you can't absorb it, you can't adapt to it, it just deletes your entire build. Asta's power is literally unfair, and that's why he's perfect. Noelle Silva, Black Bull's Saint Stage water magic. Born a Silva Royal, but couldn't control her magic for years. Everyone called her a failure. Even her own siblings bullied her. After training in the Heart Kingdom, episode 132 to 133, she mastered true magic and bonded with Undine, the water spirit. Her Valkyrie armor forms Dragon form. Combines water plus lightning for devastating attacks. Saint Stage, unlocked after 100% resonance with Undine, granting devil-killing power. She fought Megakula, a supreme devil that cursed souls, and won. Her Sea Dragon roar hit hard enough to vaporize a mountain range. She went from spoiled brat who can't cast a spell to Devil Slayer in 170 episodes. Vanessa and Notka, Black Bull's thread magic. Okay, real talk, I might have issues because I find Vanessa attractive. She's a drunk, she's always half naked, he passes out on the couch surrounded by empty wine bottles. It shouldn't be appealing. But Vanessa is like the equivalent of the first time you saw Shigo in Kim Possible. You know you shouldn't like her, but you can't help yourself. There's just something about a woman who manipulates fate while day drinking that hits different. I don't make the rules. Anyway, her red thread of fate manipulates destiny itself. It rewrites outcomes in real time. As long as she's conscious, her allies cannot die. Sekri Swallowtail, Nero, Black Bull's sealing magic. She sealed the first devil 500 years ago and kept it locked for centuries. Her magic can seal anything. Devils, curses, magic, and even immortality. In episode 100, she sealed Patri's demon god form, a fusion of forbidden magic and devil power, and prevented the kingdom's destruction. Without her, the kingdom falls. With her, even gods get locked in timeout. Rapid fire roll call. Gray. Transformation magic that copies other people's magic. Henry Legoland. Recombination magic. Turned the Black Bull's hideout into a flying fortress with cannons and shields. Gosh. Mirror Brigade. Created an infinite reflection loop that multiplied Asta's anti-magic slashes by 100 times. What's stronger than rewriting rules? Level 6. The Legend tier. We're past the captains, past the arcane mages. These are the people who don't lose. When they show up, the kingdom doesn't fall. When they fight devils, the devils die. Yami Tsukihiro, captain of the Black Bulls, dark magic. He doesn't just control darkness, he cuts through dimensions. A concentrated dark blade that pierces through any defense. He used it to stab through Dante's immortal body and made him bleed for the first time. Dimension Slash cuts through space itself, creating rifts to the void. He sliced through Dante's gravity singularity, an attack that crushes everything into nothingness by literally cutting the space between dimensions. But his secret weapon? Ki, a technique from his homeland, the land of the sun. He can sense life force, predict movements before they happen, and counter attacks he can't even see. He taught Asta this ability, which is why Asta can't fight enemies faster than him. Yami fought Dante Zagratis, supreme devil host with 80% devil power and regeneration that made him effectively immortal, and won by outlasting his healing factor and cutting him in half with Dimension Slash. Dante regenerated from being decapitated, vaporized, and crushed, but he couldn't regenerate from having space itself severed. Mirolina Vermilion, former captain of Crimson Lion, fire magic. She doesn't need a grimoire half the time. She fights with pure mana and fists. She fought 5 reincarnated elves at once, all captain-level fighters, and one without taking serious damage. Her ultimate form, Caldeus Brachium, it engulfs her entire arm in condensed solar flames. One punch vaporizes mountains. She entered the volcano where devils live, the underworld itself, and fought them in their own dimension. She's the only human mage to survive the underworld and walk out on her own. Leona didn't escape the underworld, she chose to leave. Big difference. Yuno Grinberial, Vice Captain, Captain of Golden Dawn, Wind, and Star Magic. He has 2 grimoires, the only human mage in history to achieve this. 4-leaf grimoire, Wind Magic, inherited from the elf soul inside him, grants him access to the Sylph, the Wind Spirit. Spade Grimoire, his true royal magic from the Grinberial bloodline, passed down from his parents, the former king and queen. In Spirit Dive, he fuses with Sylph and can create tornadoes that level cities, accelerate to light speed, summon Spirit of Zephyr, a wind spirit construct with devastating attack power. He achieved Saint Stage, the highest form of spirit magic, a form that can kill devils, and used it to pierce through Zinan's devil heart. Zinan was a supreme devil host at 100% power with spatial magic that erased matter. Yuno killed him anyway by overwhelming his defenses with sheer speed and Saint Stage power. Here's the most controversial ranking on this list. Yuno is stronger than Noelle at this point. Yuno has 2 grimoires, Saint Stage, and defeated Zinan at 100% devil power, the guy who could erase space. Noelle needed Charlotte's help to hold down Vanika long enough to land her attack. 1v1 with no help, Yuno wins 7 times out of 10. Noelle can win if she lands Sea Dragon's Roar first, but Yuno's speed makes that a coin flip. Don't at me. Actually, wait, do at me. Let's fight in the comments. Rapid fire roll call. Licht, reincarnated elf leader. Sword magic plus light magic. He summoned a rain of infinite light swords that covered an entire city. Each sword moved at light speed. Lumiere, Sylvamillion Clover. First wizard king. Creation magic. Created living constructs of light. Sword, shield, entire armies. Fought demon god Licht and stalemated him. Patry. Demon god form. Light magic fused with forbidden devil power. Moved faster than anyone could perceive and fired beams that erased matter. Fugo Leon. Spirit Dive. Salamander fully fused. His Purgatory's flame splits into dozens of fire dragons that attack independently. Even legends have limits. Against Lucifero, the king of devils, they needed Yami, Leona, Yuno, Asta, and Noct fighting together. They barely survived. But there's one magic knight who doesn't need help. Level 7, the God tier. This is the realm beyond legends, beyond devils, beyond the rules of magic itself. This is Julius Novachrono. Julius doesn't just fight, he controls time. Let's break down what that actually means. Time Steal, episode 49. He steals time from enemies, aging them to dust in seconds. He aged an Eye of the Midnight Sun mage from 30 years old to 90 years old in one spell. Chronostasis, episode 93. He stops time in a localized area. Everything freezes. Attacks hang in midair. Enemies can't move, blink, or think. He used this to freeze the entire royal capital during Patry's invasion. Thousands of people, hundreds of spells, all frozen. And he walked through it like he was strolling through a museum. Time Reversal, episode 93. He stores time like currency and spends it to rewind his own death. He was killed by Patry's light magic beam in episode 93, pierced straight through the heart, fatal. No healing magic could save him. But Julius has been storing time for 13 years. He spent it all at once and rewound his death. He brought himself back to life as a teenager. Same mind, same experience, younger body. He literally said, "I'm not ready to die yet," and changed fate. Future Sight. He sees multiple timelines and predicts every move. He fought Patry, who moves at the speed of light, and countered his attacks before they were even cast. Patry fired a light beam. Julius had already moved. Patry teleported behind him, and Julius was already turning around. It wasn't a fight. It was a god toying with a mortal. In his fight with Patry, Julius froze the entire royal capital and could have ended it with one spell. And he chose mercy because Patry shared a body with William. That's the only reason Patry survived. Now that he's younger, his potential is even higher. He has decades to store more time. He has the experience of the strongest wizard king in history, with the body and mana reserves of a 20-year-old. Final hot take, Julius Novachrono is the strongest character in Black Clover, period. Not Asta, not Yami, not Yuno, not even the Supreme Devils. Why? Because he controls time. He can rewind death, he can see the future. He can age you to dust. He can freeze you in a moment and you'll never know if you even lost. The only reason he ever loses is because he chooses to hold back. He prioritizes saving people over winning fights. He refuses to kill when he can seal or subdue. If Julius went full genocide mode, the series ends in 5 minutes. He freezes Lucifero, rewinds the Dark Triad into infants, ages every devil to dust. He doesn't fight wars, he erases them from the timeline. The flaw? There is none. You're the Wizard King with time magic. You are the ceiling. You're not just the strongest Magic Knight. You're the strongest human mage in the entire series. So that's the hierarchy, from the useless bronze sphere of Secco Bronzaza to the time-controlling god that is Julius Novachrono. Black Clover is a series where the power gap between levels isn't just large, it's astronomical. But here's the beauty, anyone can rise. Asta started at level 1 with 0 mana and climbed to level 6. Noelle started at level 1, unable to control her magic, and reached level 5. The difference between a Cope tier knight and a legend, refusing to quit. Drop your top 5 strongest Magic Knights in the comments. And if you think I got any of these rankings wrong, tell me who you'd swap and why. Thank you guys for watching, stay balls deep, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.